Yesterday was Rosh Hashanah. Happy New Year to all my friends. Happy New Year. So, I loved that it was Rosh Hashanah. What I didn't love was the kids were out of school for 2 days. 2 days. And, and here's the thing. I'm trying to get acclimated with the portals that they use for school. I've told you about that. They used to send like calendars home that you put on the refrigerator. You don't get that anymore. If you don't check the computer, go in the portal and check, you don't know. And so I didn't know, and I'm trying to get him to get up, and he's just like, we're off. They wait till the last minute to tell you that they're off. That's my baby right there. That's my baby. And so all day, I'm running frantically trying to get dressed. And he's like, Mom, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do today? I'm bored. And I just was like, ugh. I told him just what my mother would tell me when I would say that. I said, stare at the wall. That's what I said. You bored, stare at the wall and see what comes to you. Go outside and sit out there. You know when your parents used to say, use your imagination. But this is what I realized, John, these kids don't have imagination. Yeah. If it don't come with a stick, going back and forth with the video games, they have no imagination. And this is what I realized about my son. You can't talk to kids the same way that your parents talk to you, because we did this thing, I think it was a mistake. We taught these kids to talk back. Mm-hmm. I taught Jeffrey that he had a voice. I did. That was my mistake. I taught my son that he could express his feelings and that was a big mistake, because what I should have been teaching him was just shut up. Shut up. This boy, he never stops running his mouth. He talks all the time. I'm at my wit's end. Tyler Perry told me. He told me that. He said, you shouldn't have did that. Because here's the thing, as my son gets older, I get less smarter. Because as I get, when you get older, you can't remember nothing. You can't remember anything, so your smart goes down as theirs goes up. And my biggest fear is I think Jeffrey is starting to realize my mama ain't that smart. And I can see it in his eyes, because he keeps asking me questions. And then I gotta go, because I said so. That's why. And he's starting to realize that. He realizes if he just stares at me long enough. And then I start calling him by different names. I've been forgetting what his name is, Johnny, Jeffrey, Jalen. And so he is at home. I asked him, I said, well, Jeffrey, do you want to come to work with me? He was just like, not really. Just like what I do is nothing. Just dismiss my now my self-esteem is on the floor, because that's my man. This one right here, because I live for everything that he says. And so he's at home, but he's staring at that wall. I know that. Because I got that Ring doorbell. I said, I'm looking, and I got that microphone. He don't like that microphone. I said, I'm looking at you. Stare at that wall. So.
It's a little creepy, Sherri. It's a little creepy.
I know, you made me take the camera out of his room when he was like...
Because you were going to see some things.
I know. But here's the thing. I used to have a camera, because I'm a single mother, so I had a camera all in the house, because, if I didn't want anybody to break in. And so I put a camera in my son's room. And so he hated that camera, because he would come in and I'd be like, Jeffrey, what you doing? I'd be out of town, because I would go out of town a lot doing stand-up. And John said, you got to take the camera out of his room, because it was really creepy. I did. But sometimes it just felt so good to go, I'm looking at you, Jeffrey. So I stopped it. I took the camera out, but...